Welcome to Practicing Photography. I'm here today to talk to you about menu systems on a DLSR camera. And after you listen to this video or watch this video for a little bit, I'm going to let you in on a secret on how I find things on the menu and why it's so easy. You can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. So hang with me to the end to find out my secret on how I work with menus. So I have my DLSR in front of me down here. I'll pick it up. It's off right now and it's on automatic by the dial on top. I'm assuming you know what some of these settings are, but that's not critical to today's discussion. And so when I turn this on, it will light up the LCD screen in the back. If I push the menu button, because that's what we're after, let's look at some things that we have going on here. We have pictures of icons up the top here. There are a couple cameras. There's some, looks like video play buttons, so this is probably video settings, and some wrenches, which probably just stands for configuration. So that's pretty awesome. So before we even look at some of the settings that are under here, and we're not going to dig through these settings, maybe one, maybe two at the most, and it's just going to be some random one I choose along the way. But let's change it from automatic right now, and let's go to manual mode. Because if let's stay back in manual automatic first. Let's do a count of menu items. Looking at the top, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different menu items. If I go to manual now and turn on the menu, remember we had 7, and it was only half the screen maybe. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different menu items. So that's quite a few. So why is it different? Well, the reason it's different is manual settings have more settings than automatic. Automatic is going to make a lot of decisions for us. So should I shoot in manual? Yeah, you get a lot more controls. As you can see, you have, what 5 more menu items, 6 more? I can't remember, I didn't remember, do the math. But you have a lot more configurations and changes, controls that you can do with the camera that you don't have when you're in automatic mode. So when you're looking for a setting and you can't find it, it might be something as simple as you've gone to one of the other modes. Like if I go to another automatic mode, TV, this one looks like it has the same number as manual. And if I go to AV, let's see if it changes. No, it's still the same. If I go to program mode, it's still the same. If I go to automatic, now we lose a lot of the settings. And that's not because anything's wrong, it's just because you don't have access to some of the settings because they're done for us automatically. That's pretty simple. So let's look at some of the settings that are here underneath the automatic. So to understand the menus, you have to remember they've got some organization here. So we've got a camera icon here, and it looks like a little bit different camera next to it. So the first one is how the camera operates a little bit. The second one is how the live shoot works, and some other interesting information. An example one down here is the grid, when you can see the rule of thirds grids that you can have on your display for it. The next two have to do with video. It looks like a play button from a VCR. We're familiar with that. We've seen that a time or two. We have 3 different configurations. Probably the one that you may have used before already is format card. You got some other features you can have adjust, and we're not going to talk about all the features, like I said. So these are some configuration items. You can argue that setting 1 should be over underneath this menu or what have you. But the important part is to realize that it might not be on your menu because you were on manual before, or you were on aperture priority or shutter priority, program mode, or some other one. I have not tried these other ones, so let's just take a look while we're here. Less settings on this one, and that one is the picture of it. Looks like it says no flash, and I don't use these settings at all. I'm either manual mode or aperture priority or shutter priority. Typically are the modes I use the most. So, like I said at the beginning, I do have a secret for you, and I've kind of alluded to it a little bit already, but back in the day of me learning some software and where things were on menus, it finally dawned on me that almost everything I wanted to do, sometimes I would do it the hard way until I thought, maybe the software does this for me. I mean, a perfect example, I've seen people want to center something on a Word document, and they'll use the space bar to push something over the center and count the spaces or just eyeball it. We obviously know that there is a center function. Hopefully you know that. If not, there's a centering function on there. But my point is, if it's a feature you want, a feature you think you'd use a lot, chances are someone's already thought of it and added it to the menu somewhere, and you just need to find it, or how to use it, how to turn it on. So the second thing I wanted to tell you about is features that are easy to use, you want to make them, or not easy to use, features that are most frequently used, you want to make them accessible quickly. So there's a lot of switches, knobs, buttons, levers, whatever you want to call them, all around the camera on the outside, easy accessible to your hands so that you can turn them on and off. Perfect example. Let's look at the video for this one. I can do video recording. I can go from photos to videos with just the push of a button. How frustrating would that be is if you had to switch it to video by coming to the menu system, turn on the menu, looking for, okay, there's video settings over here. Would I switch the video on here, or would I go to the camera section to find out how to shut off the camera so it goes to video? To find that, where would that be in the menu might be difficult. But the fact that it might be used frequently by some and needs easy access is on the outside. So think of the buttons on the outside and the levers on the outside, the knobs, the dials, whatever you have, are things that you're going to use every day when you're out on a photography shoot of whatever kind. So they're easily accessible. Things that don't fit on the dials, knobs on the outside, go into the menu system. So here's the other secret. A human designed this menu and they decided where things go. And as I said before, you may argue where one setting is and think it might be better off if it was over underneath here. Like here's beep for that section here. It beeps when you take a picture, I believe. This one here, I might see sensor cleaning. Maybe that should be under, I might logically think that belongs over here underneath the camera because I'm cleaning the sensors in the camera. Don't get caught up with, hey, it's under the wrong menu title. Learn where it's at. If you use it frequently enough, you will remember where it's at. But realize that it is there somewhere, most likely, and you're not going to invent, well, maybe you will, but most of the time you're not going to invent a new feature that you think needs to be on the camera. Many people before us have designed these and put things on here. So I've been talking for quite a while, so hopefully you've been with me and you're still with me here. So if you're liking this video, please give me a like down below and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell. That helps the algorithm and helps my channel a lot. Look forward to seeing you coming back. And remember, get out there and take some photos and keep practicing photography.